Firearms are an expensive enough hobby, however, that does not mean you can't get some needed and nice to have accessories, and out of all places, on Amazon. In this video, we're looking at 5 tools and accessories that won't break the bank. The first are these firearms magnets by Lyracy. When it comes to firearms, magnets are useful for a number of reasons. The first is storage. Safes are always advertised for capacities under ideal conditions, and one way to save some space is to store your handguns vertically. One popular use is to use these magnets to mount them under the shelf. This will let you hang the handguns off the bottom of the shelf. By stacking them in this manner, you can keep them in the safe and store empty boxes elsewhere. The other way to use these magnets can be used for concealed carry or home defense. You can mount these magnets underneath a dashboard or mounted beneath a desk and have a firearm ready to go, which is out of sight. Lastly, you can mount these magnets to the wall and even possibly use these to hold a rifle. The great part about these magnets is that they're tall enough that it'll not rub most pistol sights against the surface. Do note that if you have pistols with a red dot optic, you'll obviously have issues mounting your firearms this way, and you'd have to hold them by the side. Now, these magnets are rated to hold up to 45 pounds each, and what's great is that they have a soft rubber undercoating on them to make sure that they're not leaving any scratches on your firearms. Now, each kit is going to come with 2 magnets, a bunch of drywall screws, and a bunch of drywall anchors if you're mounting them to a wall. Overall, these are very nicely made and a great value for the price. The second one is very useful for Glock owners, and that is the Glock Tool Kit from Lyracy. With this toolkit, you're getting 3 key Glock tools. First is going to be the front sight tool. This looks like a screwdriver, but it's actually a 3/16 hex pin walnut wrench. It'll easily let you change out the front sight on a Glock, and that is one of the first upgrades that Glock owners do. The second toolkit is the pin punch. Glocks are fairly easy to work on, and the major components are held in with pins. The pin punch will let you easily remove these pins, such as those that are holding the trigger mechanism in place. Now, the last toolkit, and the one that you're likely to use most frequently, is the magazine disassembly tool. Like most magazines, Glock magazines use a base plate to hold the base plate to the magazine. While on some magazines it's fairly easy to take them apart, on Glocks they're a bit tighter, and this is where this tool comes in quite ideal. Simply take your magazine, put the tool on, press it down, and pull the base plate off. That was falling. Make sure you don't take your thumb off of it, otherwise the spring and follower is gonna come apart and start flying at you. You can take it out, you can clean your magazine, and then put it back together. Just put it back on and slide it in, and that'll happen. So to put it back on, just put the base plate on, hold it in place, and pop the base plate back on. Overall, these are very solid and useful kits, and you get everything you need for a solid price. Now, these kits are available either just the magazine removal tool, the pin punch and front sight tool, or as a combination kit of all 3, offering you a better value. Now, the third is also a tool kit. However, this one's going to be infinitely useful for anyone with an AR-15 or wanting to put together one of their own. This is going to be the complete pin punch set by Toughman Tools. With this toolkit, you have a steel hammer with both a brass and polymer head, along with a variety of punches, including 4 steel punches, 1, 2, 1, 2, including 1/16 and 3/32 dome tip punches you would use for roll pins. You also have 8 different brass punches and 2 nylon punches. These are all useful for gunsmithing and are softer than steel, and what you'd want to use to prevent damage to your firearms. What's quite interesting is that this toolkit looks identical to those sold by established gun accessory companies at about half the price. The fourth is something that every gun owner will need, and that is a gun cleaning kit. Also from Toughman Tools, we have our universal gun cleaning kit, and it's going to come complete with everything you'd need except the oil and cleaner. With this kit, you get 2 sets of cleaning rods, a complete set of bronze brushes, jags, mops, brushes, a bunch of cleaning patches, including nylon, steel, and bronze, 2 bore snakes, and even a large cleaning mat that you see here, which you would use and your spouse is going to thank you. These are also very well made and surpass my expectations, and most of all are very reasonably priced for everything that you get. Now the 5th one is one of my favorites and is a must-have for any rifle owner, and that is this one-piece carbon fiber cleaning rod. Whether you're breaking in a new barrel or doing basic maintenance, a solid one-piece rod is infinitely more pleasant to work with than a 3 or 4-piece rod set. This one is made of carbon fiber, which will be strong enough to unlock some stuck bolts, yet flexible enough to get into some angles. Best of all, the carbon fiber is also not going to scratch up your chamber or your barrel. In the handle, you have a ball bearing system, which will rotate the rod as you push it through the barrel, and there's a hole to hang the rod when not in use. The rod is 36 inches, and so once you factor in the length you need for the receiver, this rod should work with most barrels 26 inches or less. Overall, while I definitely do not recommend purchasing no-name optics on Amazon, there is little to no reason not to go ahead and pick up some basic tools and accessories, which in many cases you're getting the same tools as those by established brands, but in fact at a fraction of the price. Links to these are in the description below, and if you're looking for some more ideas to help you sight in your rifles, go ahead and check out the next video linked above, looking at the Axion Optics Absolute Zero. As always, thank you for watching, keep on squatting, and I'll see you in the next video.